Good morning, Yi. Thank you for coming. Could you introduce yourself a little bit, please?
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Jian. I'm a alumnus from 1998 in peace studies. I work in food sector. My organization is called the Good Food Fund. I'm the founder and president of the Good Food Fund. We work in transforming the food system so we can have better climate goals. We can meet climate goals and UN SDGs as well as public health goals.
To launch the 2021 Notre Dame Forum, the university hosted a keynote event titled Call to Action, Crossing the Political Divide to Address Climate Challenges on September 10th. As a Notre Dame alumnus from China, what are you working on in terms of addressing climate change?
Yes, as an alumnus of Notre Dame, I'm very proud of Notre Dame's commitment to a carbon neutral campus by 2050. I think it is a very important move towards our climate goal, meet our climate goal in the next couple of decades. What I have been working in is the food space. As many of you know, food and agriculture is one of the most important areas for us to mitigate climate change. In many of these areas that we're working now, food has become the crossroads for us to meet all these goals in UN SDG as well as our climate goals. So in helping to transform our food systems, we are helping to the country and the world to meet the climate goals. And what is happening in China is pretty exciting. I think the most important thing is that the government of China has that political will that is very essential for us to meet our climate goal. As all of you know, China has pledged to go carbon neutral by 2060 and has actually mapped out in concrete steps towards that goal, which is very, very important. And what is more important is that the government of China, as well as different stakeholders in the society, have started to think about concrete steps to take in order to meet those goals. But I must say that in the space that I work in, which is the food space, I think it's probably one of the most important areas that we should look into in the next 10 years. But unfortunately, it's still quite underrepresented in this dialogue. So I hope that either China or the US could do more in this area, and even better, China and the US join hands in working in the food space so we can better combat climate change together. And I think there's a huge potential in these areas because China has this long tradition of eating healthily and sustainably, and US as well, as we can see in recent years, there have been a lot of social change movements as well as academic researchers that are supporting such a transformation. So I think there's a huge potential that China and the US can work together in the agriculture and food sector. Some people are suggesting adding carbon tax to certain commodities. I must say this could be a useful tool to help us mitigate climate change, but we have to be aware that there are products that are we need to make sure that we do not have negative impact on disadvantaged communities for their access to those products, especially if they are inelastic products for daily use. So I think it's important that while we think about carbon tax, we have to think about the accessibility of the disadvantaged communities to essential products they need for their everyday needs. And I think China and the US also in different, both countries, although we are the two largest economies in the world, we have the biggest commitment and responsibility towards climate change, but we also have to be aware that in both countries, we have disadvantaged communities, groups that actually need that kind of assistance for a more just transition to a climate-friendly future.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time, Jian.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.